Welcome back, folks. Today we're diving into the wild world where beauty goals turn into surgery fails. In the age of Instagram filters, some people decided Photoshop wasn't enough, so they brought the surgeon's knife into the mix. From jaw-dropping glow-ups to wait, who is that? Transformations. These shocking stories will leave you asking one thing: how far is too far in the chase for perfection? Lena. From runway star to cautionary tale. Lena was the kind of model who didn't just walk the runway. She owned it. With flawless features and a look that screamed high fashion, her career was on the rise. But behind the flashing cameras and glamorous photo shoots, she was quietly fighting an obsession with fixing every tiny imperfection she thought she had. At first, the tweaks were subtle. A little filler here, a minor lift there. Things no one would notice but her. But in the world of beauty, a little often snowballs into a lot. Soon, Lena was stacking surgeries like trophies, each one pushing her closer to her fantasy image and farther from reality. Then came the disaster. Instead of glowing skin and sculpted perfection, Lena ended up with blisters, scars, severe acne flare-ups, and skin that looked more sunburned than sun-kissed. The glamorous model adored by fashion houses suddenly looked like a victim of beauty's cruel gamble. Unable to face the spotlight, Lena did what once seemed unthinkable. She disappeared. She stepped away from modeling, deleted her social media, and left fans wondering what had gone wrong. Her story is more than just a cautionary tale. It's a chilling reminder of how brutal beauty standards can be. Lena thought surgery would bring her closer to perfection, but it robbed her of the very face that made her famous. Juju Oliveira, when fillers become a full-time job. Brazil gave the world samba, carnival, and Juju Oliveira, a model whose natural beauty could stop traffic in São Paulo. With her effortless elegance and charm, she was the kind of woman magazines fought to put on their covers. But instead of relying on genetics, Juju decided to upgrade her beauty with a little help from modern medicine. At first, it was harmless. A touch of lip filler, a small cheek enhancement, subtle enough to maintain that signature look while giving her an extra glow. Fans admired her honesty because, unlike many in the industry, Juju was transparent about her procedures. But what started as a little tune-up spiraled into something far more dangerous, an addiction. Soon, she wasn't just enhancing, she was overloading. Lips, cheeks, jawline, you name it. She filled it. The once delicate features that made her stand out became swollen, puffy, and almost cartoon-like. The face that once defined Brazilian elegance was now unrecognizable, buried under syringes of filler. Worse, the health consequences followed. Lumps, infections, damaged skin, the side effects piled up as quickly as her procedures. Critics online were merciless, while fans begged her to stop. But like any addiction, it wasn't easy to pull the brakes. She didn't want to erase herself, just enhance what was already there. Instead, she ended up proving the harsh truth. Sometimes too much perfect leaves you looking less human, more mannequin. Amanda Ahola, the Finnish Barbie who risked it all. If you thought Barbie lived only in Malibu, think again, because Finland has its very own life-size version, Amanda Ahola. This influencer and model decided that being pretty just wasn't enough. She wanted to look like a walking, talking doll. And let's be real, nothing screams commitment like spending a fortune and risking your health for plastic perfection. Amanda's checklist: 3 breast augmentations, countless fillers, Botox everywhere, and enough contouring to make a Kardashian blush. But unlike most secretive celebrities, Amanda didn't hide it. She flaunted every injection, every surgery, every transformation online. Fans followed her like she was starring in a reality show titled Keeping Up with Barbie. But behind the glossy Instagram posts, there was danger. During one of her surgeries, Amanda suffered a severe reaction to anesthesia. So bad it nearly cost her life. Most people would take that as a divine message to chill with the scalpels. But Amanda? Nope. She bounced back with more procedures, proving that her commitment to Barbie life was stronger than her fear of mortality. Today, Amanda remains both admired and criticized. Some see her as brave, a woman who unapologetically lives her dream. Others shake their heads, wondering when enhancement turned into self-destruction. Her story is a reminder. Chasing a fantasy image can come with a very real price tag, not just in dollars, but in health. After all, dolls are made of plastic, but humans? Not so much. Alicia Amira, the Bimbo Academy founder. Meet Alicia Amira, the Swedish model who took the term plastic fantastic and built an entire lifestyle brand out of it. While most people open gyms or cooking schools, Alicia opened something far more unconventional, the Bimbo Academy. Yes, you heard that right. She's basically the head mistress of the hyper-feminine, unapologetically plastic movement. With breast augmentations, lip fillers, and more enhancements than a luxury car, Alicia crafted herself into what she proudly calls a bimbo icon. And instead of hiding behind filters or dodging rumors, she leaned in hard, advocating for the bimbo aesthetic as empowerment. Forget natural beauty. Her message is, why not turn yourself into a fantasy version of yourself? Of course, critics rolled their eyes, calling it shallow or extreme. But Alicia clapped back, saying it's all about choice and confidence. For her, looking like a hyper-stylized cartoon bombshell isn't a trap, it's liberation. What makes her different from countless influencers with fillers? She's open, transparent, and even turned her look into a business empire. The Bimbo Academy isn't just about surgery, it's about embracing exaggerated femininity, glitter, glam, and living life like a real-life Barbie on steroids, metaphorically, of course. Alicia Amira flipped the script. She proved that in a world obsessed with filters, perfection, and image, sometimes the most radical thing you can do is admit you're chasing it on purpose. Mary Sebastian Pickles, Magdalene, the human doll obsession. If you thought Barbie was extreme, wait until you meet Mary Sebastian Pickles Magdalene. Yes, that's a real name. And yes, her mission is exactly as wild as it sounds, to transform herself into a living, breathing doll. Not the cute kind you buy at Target. Think porcelain doll with glassy eyes, tiny lips, and just enough creep factor to star in a horror movie. Mary's transformation reads like a surgical shopping list. Countless breast augmentations, fillers, eye surgeries to look doll-like, and procedures most of us can't even pronounce. And here's the kicker. No matter how many she gets, she's never satisfied. One surgery leads to another, like a never-ending loyalty card at your local coffee shop. Except instead of free lattes, she gets new cheekbones. Her social media is a mix of fascination and fear. Fans cheer her on for living her truth, while others wonder if she's auditioning for a role as the next haunted doll in The Conjuring. And honestly, both sides might be right. Doctors have sounded alarms about the risks, physically, mentally, and financially. But Mary insists each surgery brings her closer to her real self. It's a powerful, if unsettling, reminder of how far obsession with image can go. Love her, hate her, or fear her, one thing is certain: Mary has taken the doll dream to an extreme most wouldn't dare imagine. The question is, will she ever stop? Or has she permanently blurred the line between human and doll? Bella Hadid, the supermodel. Surrounded by rumors, Bella Hadid. One of the most photographed faces on the planet, crowned by magazines as one of the most beautiful women alive. But in Hollywood, beauty comes with a curse. Everyone becomes a detective, zooming in on every pore like they're solving a crime scene. From her razor-sharp cheekbones to her glass-cut jawline, fans have spent years debating, is it surgery or just good genes and a killer contour kit? Bella insists it's the latter, throwing childhood photos into the mix as evidence, like she's in a courtroom defending her DNA. According to her, it's all puberty, great makeup, and maybe a touch of good lighting. But the internet? Oh, the internet isn't buying it. Entire Reddit threads are dedicated to analyzing her nose from 2012 versus 2016, with side-by-side comparisons that could rival a forensic lab. Rumors of a nose job, brow lifts, and fillers swirl non-stop, even as Bella shrugs them off with model poise. And yet, here's the kicker. Surgery or no surgery, Bella Hadid is everywhere. Runways, magazine covers, luxury brand campaigns, you name it. She's not just surviving the scrutiny, she's thriving on it. In fact, the whispers and speculation only add to her allure. Bella is proof of one simple truth. Whether her look is 100% natural or enhanced, she's mastered the art of mystery. And in the fashion world, mystery sells. Chrissy Teigen, Hollywood's queen of oversharing. If honesty were an Olympic sport, Chrissy Teigen would have more gold medals than Michael Phelps. While most celebrities deny, deflect, or play the "it's just contouring" card, Chrissy grabs the mic and says, "Yep, I did it. Here's the receipt. Botox? Check. Liposuction? Double check." She even admitted to having fat removed from her armpits. Yes, you heard that right. Who knew armpit fat removal was even a thing? But that's exactly why fans love her. She doesn't hide behind filters or PR spin. When Hollywood whispers, "Don't talk about it," Chrissy shouts, "Let's live stream it," and the internet eats it up. Of course, her transparency comes with controversy. Some applaud her for normalizing cosmetic procedures, saying she makes it less taboo. Others argue she overshares, turning private choices into public spectacles. But that's the Chrissy Teigen effect. You might roll your eyes, but you'll still watch. She's not the Hollywood star who pretends to wake up like this. She's the one who tells you exactly how many syringes it took to wake up like this, and maybe cracks a joke about it too. Chrissy proves that sometimes the most powerful beauty move isn't hiding your procedures. It's owning them so loudly that no one else gets the chance to. Megan Fox, from Transformers to Transformation Rumors. Once upon a time, Megan Fox was the Hollywood bombshell. Transformers' ultimate eye candy, the girl who could stop traffic with a single hair flip. Her face, sculpted like a Greek goddess. Her eyes, sharp enough to cut glass. Basically, she was the poster child of natural, untouchable beauty, or so we thought. Fast forward a few years, and fans started playing a little game called Spot the Difference. Her cheeks looked sharper, her lips fuller, and her forehead smoother than a brand new iPhone screen. Suddenly, whispers of Botox, fillers, and maybe even a nose job started flooding the internet. Megan, of course, kept quiet, neither confirming nor denying. Instead, she let the world argue about whether it was surgical magic or just really good contouring. Spoiler, no contour kit on Earth can hold up against high-definition cameras that close. What makes Megan's case fascinating is how divided people are. Some say she's proof that even goddesses feel the pressure of Hollywood's impossible beauty standards. Others argue she's simply evolving her look, because why not, when you're already a legend? Regardless of the truth, Megan Fox remains magnetic. Whether it's Botox or just otherworldly genetics, she still has that undeniable star power. And maybe that's the real transformation, not her face, but her ability to keep us talking about it for over a decade. Doja Cat, the queen of reinvention. If reinvention were a sport, Doja Cat would be the LeBron James of it. One day, she's rocking candy-colored wigs and outrageous outfits. The next, she's shaving her head on Instagram Live and daring the world to question it. And of course, fans are left wondering, is it makeup? Is it surgery? Or is it just Doja being Doja? Her nose has sparked endless debate. Side-by-side photos show subtle changes, leading many to suspect a quiet little tune-up. And then there are the lips. Fuller, plumper, and basically the perfect advertisement for lip gloss. Or, according to some, a telltale sign of fillers. But here's the twist. Doja doesn't play the deny everything game. Instead, she claps back with her signature humor. Ask her if she's had surgery, and she'll make a joke so sharp you'll forget what you even asked. Fans love it, critics fume, and Doja just keeps laughing all the way to the bank. The truth? Maybe it's surgery, maybe it's just makeup sorcery, but honestly, it doesn't matter. Doja Cat has turned speculation into part of her brand. Every transformation keeps people talking, keeps her trending, and keeps her at the top of pop culture. Zhou Chuna, the teen who treated puberty like a renovation project. Meet Zhou Chuna, a Chinese influencer who looked at adolescence and thought, nah, I'll take the deluxe upgrade, please. While most teenagers were stressing about acne or algebra homework, Zhou was busy flipping through a catalog of surgeries like it was an IKEA brochure. By the age of 17, she had racked up more than 100 cosmetic procedures. Yes, triple digits, starting as young as 13. Why? Because Zhou believed that the key to happiness was trading in her naturally delicate fairy tale beauty for a more westernized look. Eye surgery? Check. Nose slimming? Done. Jawline sculpting? Absolutely. She documented the whole thing for her thousands of followers, posting before and after updates like she was starring in her own reality show. And for a while, it looked like she was living her best new face, new me life. But here's the twist. The more she transformed, the less she recognized herself. Zhou began admitting she felt like a stranger in her own reflection, caught between two worlds, her culture and her surgically engineered image. That's the cruel irony of chasing perfection. Sometimes you lose the very person you were trying to improve. She spent hundreds of thousands chasing an ideal, only to learn the harshest lesson of all. True beauty isn't carved with a scalpel. It comes from self-acceptance. Tara Reid, Hollywood's cautionary tale. Once upon a time, Tara Reid was America's party princess. From American Pie to Van Wilder, she was everywhere. Blonde, bubbly, and basically the definition of early 2000s cool. But then came the infamous decision that turned her Hollywood fairy tale into a cautionary headline: plastic surgery. Tara went in hoping for a tune-up, a little liposuction to keep her figure camera ready. Instead, she walked out with a stomach so lumpy it looked like bad CGI. The tabloids pounced, and the girl who once lit up red carpets suddenly avoided them. Her confidence shattered. Her career slid from blockbusters to straight to DVD horror films faster than you could say botched. And it didn't stop there. A breast augmentation left her with uneven results that only fueled more gossip. Suddenly, nobody was talking about her acting. They were dissecting her surgeries instead. For someone who once symbolized Hollywood fun, it was the harshest punchline imaginable. To her credit, Tara has spoken openly about her regrets, admitting the surgeries hurt not only her body but her career. It's raw, it's sad, and it's a reminder that in Hollywood, one slip under the knife can change everything. Today, Tara still works, still fights for her place, and still owns her truth. But her story is a neon warning sign flashing across Sunset Boulevard in the pursuit of perfection. Sometimes you lose the very thing that made you shine. Mickey Rourke, from heartthrob to hard lesson. In the 1980s, Mickey Rourke was the guy. Smoldering eyes, bad boy charm, and a jawline that could cut glass. He wasn't just Hollywood's leading man, he was Hollywood's fantasy. Women swooned, men wanted to be him, and casting directors couldn't get enough. Then, at the peak of his fame, Mickey did something unexpected. He walked away from acting to chase his first love, boxing. Cue the sound of alarm bells. Because while Mickey may have been a knockout in movies, the ring knocked him out, literally. Broken nose? Check. Shattered cheekbone? Double check. By the time he was done, his once godlike face looked like it had gone 10 rounds with a freight train. Enter plastic surgery, the supposed hero of the story. Except Mickey picked the wrong surgeons, and instead of restoring his golden looks, the operations left him almost unrecognizable. Multiple nose jobs, facial reconstructions, cheek implants, each attempt only pushed him further from the heartthrob everyone remembered. The handsome devil from 9-1-2 weeks had morphed into someone even die-hard fans struggled to recognize. Hollywood, cruel as ever, moved on. Instead of romantic leads, he got villain roles, or characters described in scripts as grizzled or damaged. The tragedy? His talent never disappeared, but his face became the headline. Mickey has since admitted he chose the wrong surgeon and regrets the path he took. Still, he remains a reminder of how even legends can fall victim to chasing repair instead of acceptance. Once a golden boy, now a cautionary tale etched in Hollywood history. Lara Flynn Boyle, from Twin Peaks to transformation shock. Back in the 90s, Lara Flynn Boyle was the definition of enigmatic beauty. With her icy blue eyes and mysterious aura, she stole scenes in Twin Peaks and became Hollywood's next big thing. She had that rare it factor, part femme fatale, part girl next door. But somewhere along the way, the Hollywood pressure cooker got the best of her, and Lara became another star swallowed by the obsession with eternal youth. Fans first noticed subtle changes, plumper lips here, sharper cheekbones there. But over time, the tweaks turned into something far more dramatic. Red carpet appearances had people whispering, "Is that really Lara Flynn Boyle?" Her once natural elegance was replaced by a face that looked unnervingly tight, frozen, and almost unrecognizable. The tabloids, of course, had a field day. Every photo was dissected. Every new look compared to the Lara audiences fell in love with. Instead of talking about her performances, the headlines were all about her surgeries. It's the sad Hollywood equation. One too many trips under the knife equals career overshadowed. Lara's story is especially heartbreaking because she was a genuine talent. But in a town that worships youth and punishes age, she became yet another cautionary tale. The tragic irony? She didn't need the surgeries at all. Her beauty was already timeless. Today, Lara Flynn Boyle stands as a reminder of Hollywood's harshest truth. In the quest to preserve perfection, sometimes you erase the very thing that made you unforgettable. Jane McConachy, the real-life Barbie nurse. Move over Malibu Barbie. Australia has Jane McConachy, a nurse by profession and a Barbie doll by personal investment. And when we say investment, we're not talking about a couple of spa days and a shopping spree. Tara has reportedly spent over $250,000 to sculpt herself into a living, breathing Barbie. That's not a makeover, that's a mortgage. Her transformation resume includes 5 breast augmentations, 6 nose jobs, endless Botox sessions, and filler injections galore. And just when you think she might call it quits, Tara looks straight into the camera and says, "Bigger is better." She's even admitted to considering rib removal for a slimmer waist because apparently Barbie proportions require extreme dedication. Tara's journey was so jaw-dropping, she ended up on the reality show Botched, where even world-class surgeons told her, "Please stop." But Barbie dreams don't stop for anyone. On Instagram, she flaunts her exaggerated figure and has built a massive following, turning surgeries into both a lifestyle and a business. Of course, not everyone's clapping. Critics argue she's gone too far, sacrificing her natural beauty and even her health. Tara, however, shrugs it all off. For her, these procedures aren't just about looks. They're about empowerment, control, and living out her fantasy unapologetically. Whether you see her as fearless or reckless, one thing's certain: Jane McConachy has taken the Barbie dream out of the toy aisle and into real life, scalpel by scalpel. Lil Kim, hip-hop's icon and the pressures of beauty. When it comes to hip-hop legends, Lil Kim is in a league of her own. The Queen Bee didn't just rap. She owned every beat, every stage, and every outrageous red carpet look. From purple wigs to jaw-dropping outfits, she was never afraid to push boundaries. But while her music made headlines, so did something else, her dramatic transformation. Fans who remember the fierce, natural Kim from the 90s were shocked to see her appearance shift over the years. Lighter skin tone, multiple nose jobs, breast implants, liposuction, the list goes on. Each change sparked heated debates, with some calling her fearless and others accusing her of bowing to impossible beauty standards. And that's where the story gets complicated. Lil Kim has always been brutally honest about her choices, openly admitting to her surgeries. Some praised her transparency, while others questioned why a woman who already shattered music industry ceilings felt the need to alter herself so much. Critics pointed to issues like colorism and the pressure placed on women of color to conform to Eurocentric beauty ideals. But here's the thing. Lil Kim never asked for anyone's approval. She's been unapologetic from day one, saying her body, her face, and her choices are hers alone. Love it or hate it, that boldness is exactly what made her a hip-hop icon in the first place. Raji Narinsingh, a story of survival and strength. Raji Narinsingh's story isn't your usual celebrity nip and tuck gone wrong. It's darker, more heartbreaking, and ultimately more inspiring. Back in the early 2000s, Raji, a transgender woman, wanted what so many others in her community were chasing: affordable ways to feminize her features. The problem? Real surgery costs real money, and that's when she crossed paths with the infamous fake doctor, O'Neill Ron Morris, aka the Duchess. Instead of medical-grade fillers, Raji was injected with a Frankenstein cocktail of cement, mineral oil, tire sealant, and even superglue. Yes, superglue. What was supposed to enhance her beauty turned into a nightmare. Her face hardened, swelled, and developed painful lumps, leaving her unrecognizable and humiliated. For years, Raji hid from the world, ashamed and bullied for something that wasn't even her fault. But then came her brave decision to share her story on TV shows like Botched. Surgeons managed to repair some of the damage, but more importantly, Raji reclaimed her confidence and her voice. Now, she uses her platform to warn others about the dangers of black market procedures while advocating for the transgender community. She's living proof that beauty isn't about fillers or symmetry. It's about resilience, courage, and refusing to let tragedy define you. Raji's journey reminds us, scars don't erase beauty. Sometimes they reveal a strength you didn't know you had. Lin May, Mexico's forgotten beauty queen. Once upon a time, Lin May was the symbol of sensuality in Mexico. Actress, dancer, singer, she had it all: talent, charisma, and a natural beauty that turned heads everywhere she went. But in Hollywood and beyond, beauty is treated like milk. It comes with an expiration date. And Lin, like so many stars, thought she could cheat time with a scalpel. Spoiler alert, time always wins. Over the years, Lin May underwent facelifts, cheek implants, and more cosmetic experiments than a reality TV contestant. But instead of looking younger, her face changed so drastically that fans barely recognized the woman they once adored. The tabloids had a field day. Lin May's new look became a recurring headline, overshadowing her legacy as one of Mexico's iconic entertainers. What makes her story so tragic is that Lin didn't need any of it. She already had the natural allure that made her unforgettable. But the constant pressure to maintain perfection pushed her into a cycle of surgeries, each one stripping away more of the beauty she was once celebrated for. To her credit, Lin has been candid about her regrets, even admitting the emotional toll and humiliation she's endured. Yet despite it all, she remains resilient, still performing, still living her life unapologetically, even if the face in the mirror no longer matches the star the world remembers. Lin May will always be remembered, not for her surgeries, but for the charm and power she once brought to the stage. Vanilla Chamu, the Japanese French doll obsession. If Barbie ever took a trip to Paris and had an identity crisis, the result might look a lot like Vanilla Chamu. This Japanese model made headlines for her dream to transform into a living French doll. Yes, you heard that right. Not a pop star, not a movie star, but a porcelain doll. Chamu went all in, multiple eye surgeries to get that round, wide-eyed doll stare, chin implants for the perfect pointy jaw, breast augmentations, and a series of skin-lightening treatments that left her almost unrecognizable from her original self. At first, fans were intrigued, but as the procedures piled up, her face started looking less like a doll and more like a cartoon character drawn with a shaky hand. On social media, her story spread like wildfire, but not with admiration. Memes, mocking nicknames, and endless debates about her choices turned her into a controversial figure. Instead of inspiring people with her doll dream, she became an example of what happens when obsession overrides reality. Critics argue that her chase for this bizarre ideal cost her the natural beauty she once had. But Chamu remains defiant, insisting that every surgery brought her closer to her fantasy. For her, it's not about fitting society's standards, it's about creating her own.